Hey guys, this is me, AbusedMuffin, and I have MrTheVestMan with me, and we are here to do a dual commentary.
We sure are.
And this map is Invasion. We are playing Domination, normal Domination, not Ground War. And for my weapon, I'm using the ACR with the Silencer, Scavenger, Cold-Blooded, and Ninja Pro. And what are you using, MrTheVestMan?
Honestly, I can't recall 100%, but typically it's the tar, so I'm gonna assume it's the tar again. I know I like to switch it up depending on the map. For really big maps, I've got an ACR marathon class, so I can run around. But for these smaller maps, I tend to stick with my tar.
So, what do you put on for your perks normally? Like, I usually have a stealth class on pretty much all the time, but do you put stopping power on your guns, or do you think that's necessary?
I do on some guns for sure. Like, I've got stopping power on my ACR just to boost it a bit. But typically I cater my classes to certain maps again. I've got a bunch of class since I've prestige, right? I've got bonus class too, but typically my perks are either marathon or scavenger, stopping power or cold-blooded, and then usually steady aim, because I do get into some hairy situations a lot. Because unlike you, which we'll see, you kind of hold back a bit, play more defensive. I like to run right in there and just start spraying it up.
Yeah, I sort of almost got a problem with my blue perks. I always pick Scavenger because I just find that I hate picking up other people's guns. I love my ACR's like 100% accuracy and no recoil, so...
I can't argue with that. That's very true.
Yeah, and I am now starting to pull out my secondary a lot, but before I wasn't pulling it out too much. I have the AA as my secondary. What do you have?
Once again, it varies, but I usually carry a pistol just because it's quick. You always get your pistol out quicker than any other gun, and typically I carry the USP because everyone knows the USP's beast.
What do you think about prestiging? Because I haven't prestiged yet. I'm still sort of deciding. I think I will eventually, but what's your look on it? Do you like it, or do you wish you never did it, or what?
I like it in this one because you get all the, the little titles, you get all the little bonuses, right? And that's very satisfying for my OCD side, So, because I'm an achievement whore, I'm a collectathon whore, I love that stuff. So for me, I love it because it keeps the game fresh. Every time I prestige, there's new titles for me to unlock and all that. For someone that doesn't care about it, though, then I would say, just chill at 70. There's no big deal.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that UAV right there just saved me because I wouldn't have known that guy was behind me. So, with sort of the UAV in mind, what kill streaks do you normally use?
Now that I've gotten better, I use Pred Missile, Harrier, AC-130. When I was still fresh to the game, I used UAV, Counter UAV Predator Missile. But
yeah, that's actually the same thing I use, because actually when I first started this game, I took the care package off because I thought it was an airstrike, so whenever I threw an airdrop, I'd run away from it thinking an airstrike was going to come after me, so...
I never heard someone say that before. That's good. I
never knew for a very long time that it dropped a free kill streak for me.
Yeah. No, that's good. I like that. That's funny.
So, what's your preference between the AC-130 or the chopper gunner?
I use the AC-130 purely for nostalgia values, because of COD 4 and all the time I spent playing the Spec Ops mission where you get to fly in one. When it comes down to it, I think it depends on the map, which one will prove superior. But I use the AC-130 just out of nostalgia.
Yeah, the chopper gunner is definitely easier to take down in a game too. Like, it only takes 2 shots, so the AC-130 takes 3 shots with a stinger. So
yeah.
One person can take down a chopper gunner, well, it takes 2 people to take down an AC-130.
Yeah.
good and bad stuff.
UAV online.
Oh, sorry about that. Little break if we were talking just then. Yeah, I just had a little interruption there. My dog came in the room. So, yeah.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to get 10 minutes without getting interrupted sometimes. So,
yeah, no, I understand that. I typically, a lot of my older videos, people notice that I yawn a lot or I slur my words because I used to do them in the morning when no one's home. That way I can do it uninterrupted for a solid, whatever 10 minutes the video is.
yeah, I know. It's kind of annoying when you have to start all over again just because of 10 seconds of interruption, and then you lose all your train of thought.
Yeah.
Anyways, so for attachments, I'm not sure if you said it on your other thing, but I always use the silencer now. Like, I used to use the red dot sight on my ACR, but I'm using the silencer now because it sort of keeps me off the radar and helps so people don't notice where I am. So, what do you seem to use on your ACR? Or not?
Once again, it's different for each gun because each gun I've got set up for a different scenario. But of the two that I use more predominantly, my TAR has holographic, which is it's just to help because the TAR has a mad kick, but it's really, really powerful. So I use the holographic to try to balance that out. And look at you going to town here on your chopper gunner, eh?
Yeah, I know. That's one of the things with the chopper gunner, where at the start, when you're coming into the map, that doesn't count towards your 30 seconds or 40 seconds.
Right,
So,
yeah.
If you can get someone during that, you got a little extra time than the AC-130, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think with the class lots about prestiging? Like, I know you like them, but is it worth it? Do you use it very often?
I don't know if it's really worth it. I don't use it too much. Once again, I think prestiging is really just a preference. That's all I can really say about prestiging, because everyone seems to have an opinion on prestige.
Another thing I just like to say, about game modes. So, what do you think about the game modes? There's a pretty wide variety. I just wish there was maybe a couple more hardcore. I don't know. I know I never played Call of Duty 4, but I heard they took out some of the things different game modes from that. Actually, don't answer that because this game is...
You're here. You're gonna end the game before we can even answer. No, you're right. They changed some stuff, but we can talk about that next time.
Yeah. Luckily, you told me to call in that nuke. The game was almost over when I had to call that in.
Yeah, but hey, look at that. Not only did we wreck them in points, you decided to nuke their face.
Well, we'll talk to you next time, and we'll hopefully get another commentary up soon.
For sure. See you later, YouTube.